That is essential until the all-star wing and obvious team leader returns. Ideally, for playoffs that his teammates can deliver. Center Karl-Anthony Towns scored 14 of his team-high 31 points in the fourth quarter. Wing Andrew Wiggins scored 22 of his 23 in the first three quarters to help Minnesota claw back to an 84-84 tie. Those two stepping into the void of Butler's injury suggested the sort of growth that, frankly, Coach Tom Thibodeau and the team's followers might look back on after this season and postseason as a turning point. This is a great opportunity for everybody, and certainly those two, in that whenever you have someone like Jimmy go out, it's an opportunity to grow and get experience in different situations. Thibodeau said, "We've talked about it a lot. We have good veterans on the team, but this is an opportunity for them to step up and lead." 2-12 play. The Timberwolves got a key victory on Sunday against the Warriors. Sure, Golden State was playing without team MVP Steph Curry, ankle, and ace reserve Andre Iguodala, wrist, but the visitors still had three All-Stars and the motivation of Friday's loss in Portland to propel them through the matinee. So, the Wolves did well to start with what Towns admitted was both urgency and desperation. They did even better to close with aplomb. Towns and Wiggins, both still 22 years old, stayed cool in reacting and thwarting Golden State double teams. Wiggins, who still needs to attack and earn his way to the foul line more often, wound up with a team-high plus 21. Towns shot 6 of 10 in the final quarter, while Kevin Durant and Klay Thompson were combining to go 3 for 13 and 11 points. Butler's presence this season often has taken the ball out of the two younger stars' hands late in games, but Towns is so skilled, inside and out. He should get more opportunities when games are on the line and will in Butler's absence. He came in averaging just 3.2 field goal attempts in the fourth quarter this season, with 8 buckets and 5.1 points. Compare that to his 5.7 makes, 10.6 shots and 15.4 scoring averages through the first three quarters of games so far this season. His usage rate drops from 22.4 to 29 when it ought to go up. You'd believe that too if you saw his work in the final 3 minutes. From bowling through Draymond Green for a layup that made it 101-96 to stepping in for a left baseline jumper 2 possessions later, at 104-103, Towns posted up Green near the end line again, banged a bit, then spun for a fadeaway jumper. Next time down, he followed up a shot against Durant to all but clinch it. The play of Towns, Wiggins and the other three Minnesota starters took any onus off Derrick Rose. Newly signed by his old Chicago coach, Rose had a rusty, regrettable debut with the Wolves, missing 5 of his 6 shots with 2 turnovers and a -17 in just 6.36. But his presence, if nothing else, ought to remind Towns and Wiggins that 22 is plenty old enough to grab a pack of Wolves by the scruff of their necks and take responsibility. Rose was 22 when he became the youngest MVP in NBA history, leading the Bulls all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals that season. Minnesota basically is in the playoffs now. Every outcome matters, bolstering or damaging its run to the postseason. There is no running away now. No hiding either. I think we're more prepared because we've had most of the season to go through experiences. Towns said, now that we're at this point, we have the chance to do something great. It's for us as a group to take all the experiences we've had of losing close games, winning big, winning games offensively, winning games defensively, and putting them to use. 4:54 play. Karl-Anthony Towns talks after Minnesota's big win Sunday. It is vital that the Wolves' young stars stay focused on the opportunities before them, rather than succumbing to the pressure," said Towns. "The thing is, you don't ever want to have pressure turn to stress. We have to make sure we keep our composure. Obviously, the situation we're in, it's a lot of pressure on us. But we can't turn that into stress, because that's when we start becoming undisciplined and start making errors that are more mental. The proof now is in the playing," said Thibodeau. "The best leadership you can have is your actions," the coach said. "What are you doing? It's not what you say. Oftentimes people say things and never do what they say. It's what you do." Steve Ashburner has written about the NBA since 1980. You can email him here. Find his archive here and follow him on Twitter. The views on this page do not necessarily reflect the views of the NBA, its clubs or Turner Broadcasting.